So soon we are closer to the final lap of the ongoing African Cup of Nations, and it's always a pleasure to welcome you to my page as we talk about the African Cup of Nations and whatever that is happening in Cameroon. In what happens to be like a tournament that every country came in to fight for the trophy, we are gradually in the last lap of the tournament, and a lot of countries are out. We now have the last four who will be fighting for the major title. My name is Delali Frankauti. Once again, if you are first time watching me, kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit on the notification button, like the video, I should say, comment, and let's build this community together. So today we are going to look into the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations. But before that, we'll just take a recap and remind ourselves of what happened in the quarterfinals and some predictions that I made. You can go back and watch. I got some few ones right, and some of them also I got disappointed. I'm sure you also did. Let's just go into it right away. So Burkina Faso against Tunisia. Burkina Faso beat Tunisia by 1-0. Tunisia had a bad run in the group stages. They did not perform so well on the group stages. But hey, they managed to beat Nigeria, one of the tournament favorites. Once they beat Nigeria, everyone believed that they could do something. But unfortunately, they forgot how to play football and went back to the default setting, and then Burkina Faso managed to beat them. Burkina Faso has been very consistent. I think one of the teams that have been very consistent in this tournament. They've not played flamboyant football, but they know how to beat opponents, and they do that easily. They beat Tunisia by 1-0, and I was not surprised. Senegal against Equatorial Guinea. Like, there was no way that Equatorial Guinea were going to beat Senegal. I said that if you are Aliou Cisse and Senegal, the best way to go into semi-finals is to face an Equatorial Guinea. Although Equatorial Guinea going into this game has beat Mali and Algeria, there was no way they were literally going to beat Senegal because the quality was too much. The gulf in quality was too much, and Senegal ended up beating them by 3-1 in a game that Sadio Mane proved that yes, he's a boss in that squad. Also, Cameroon against Gambia. Cameroon ended the fairy tale story of Gambia when Gambia came against a more tough opponent, I would say. A team that had the fans behind them, an opponent that had their two strikers on top for Katoko Ikambi and Vincent Abubakar, players that are scoring goals left, right, center. It was just them going to sink, and I think it was time for them to say goodbye to the tournament. And no qualms about that. I think we can just not complain. They did well, and kudos to them. Egypt, Morocco against Egypt. I think this is the surprising result. There isn't a simple, because Morocco have been all round as compared to Egypt, who have relied on Mohamed Salah and some individual brilliance of Trezeguet and the like. Egypt have not been brilliant. That's the truth. So a lot of people were expecting Morocco to go past them, and I was also expecting Morocco to go past them. But the script was like that. Morocco were leading, had an early goal, went to sleep, went to default setting, and then Egypt, thanks to Mohamed Salah, brilliant. And I was saying that Egypt really needs that to qualify, and perhaps even if they will go all the way to the finals, they need Mohamed Salah. And Salah came in, and Egypt managed to beat them by 2-1. So we now have the four teams, which is Benin against Senegal. Benin will be playing against Senegal, and Cameroon will be playing against Egypt. Let's start with Benin against Senegal. I think for Benin, they've not been bad. I think they've outplayed themselves. Like, seeing them in the semi-finals is one that they would fancy. They will not, if they are out of the competition now, they would not say they failed. They've been good. They play some good football. They've managed to score at least a single goal in every game that they've played. They have a good side that they don't concede anyhow as compared to Senegal. Senegal too, on the other hand, have been very robust in as much as they were not great in the group stages. I think in the quarterfinals, in the round of 16 and the quarterfinals, they've given us the Senegal we want to see. And even their last game, if anything is go by, if you look at their last game, they were exceptional. They were brilliant in their last game. And against Benin, they are going to play. I think this is a game that will boil down to golf of quality. Benin will come into the game, try to frustrate Senegal. But I believe Senegal has enough quality. If everybody plays, if the quality gels, I think Senegal stands a bigger chance of going past them. And for them, they know that if they want to make history for the first time and win the African Cup of Nations for the first time, I think this is the right time to go to the finals against Benin. And Senegal knows that. Cameroon against Egypt. I think that's the finals before the finals. Whoever perhaps might go through this stand a bigger chance of winning the African Cup of Nations. This is a host nation against a team that rely on an individual brilliance of Mohamed Salah. And Cameroon have been scoring goals. Another thing about them is that they concede in every game that they play. Egypt scores in almost every game that they play. Egypt have a swift attack. Mohamed Salah can worry you, Trezeguet and the likes like Zizou. These are players that on any day knows how to put the ball in the net. If Salah comes to the party, it's a game that the Egyptians can take it to the Cameroonians. Cameroon always have the home fans behind them, like they would have it. They would have the home fans behind them, and I've said this in my videos a number of times that if you are looking for a country, a host country who is really taking advantage of being a host, I mean positively, taking energy from the fans, playing to excite the fans and the fans supporting them in their numbers, I think it's Cameroon. It's going to be a tough game for me. And as a neutral, I think it's a game that we should watch. It's a game that will really sell African football. It will be a game between a country that plays physical, energetic, against a country who plays flamboyant, a typical North African football, plays more transition quicker. One thing that I realized about Egypt that I want to tell, I think they need to pay attention to, is how they transition. I think they don't transition quickly. When they have the ball, they are slightly quiet when they have the ball, and I think they need to change that, because if you are going into the African Cup of Nations, you need to be quicker with it, the ball. You need to be quicker and also play with a lot of strength, like try and be quicker with the ball when you have the chance, and I think Egypt needs to do that. For Cameroon, I think they were reliant on Vincent Abubakar, and I like the fact that Katuko Kambe is taking responsibility and now trying to score the goals. I think they need to start doing that, and perhaps it might really help them. But I think it's going to be a tough game. The semi-finals, obviously, once it's a semi-final, you know it's going to be a tough game for both teams. But let's see who wins, and let's see who makes it to the next stage of the competition. Thank you for staying true and going all the way to the end. If you ask for my prediction, I would say I would love to see Egypt go through, but Senegal has that. Cameroon has that home fan, and Samuel Eto'o, their current FA president, is really keen on making sure that they win the trophy. They do host and win, and it's a difficult one to call, but I'm going to call it for Egypt. Egypt have not been exceptional, but I think if Mohamed Salah comes into the party, they might go through. Senegal, Benin, it's going to be a tough game, very tough game for both teams. Like Senegal knows how to frustrate opponents. Benin knows how to frustrate opponents, and they do that easily. But I feel Senegal can go through. Maybe we can have a Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane finals for African football. Thank you for watching. It's a pleasure to always come your way. If you have not subscribed, kindly, I'm waiting for you. Subscribe to the channel, hit on the notification button. Comment, let me know who you think might go through, and let me know who you think stands the chance of winning this particular trophy. Until we meet again, my name is Delali. I can't wait. It's a pleasure serving you.